What's up, you guys? It's Anam Khan. I actually found out some crazy information about Mullen Automotive, ticker symbol MULN stocks, CEO David Michery. And in this video, I want to go over exactly why I haven't made a video in 30 days, in a whole month. I'm sure you guys missed me. And well, the first reason is actually quite personal. The second reason is very, very closely tied to David Michery, the CEO of Mullen Automotive. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you press the like button if you're getting value out of it. So first reason, and again, this is very, very special for me, is actually about 2 months ago, I had my first child. I was blessed with a daughter, and it was, again, an extremely special moment for me. And there were a lot of thoughts that went through my head at that moment. Obviously, I wanted to be as present as I can for my daughter, especially in the first few months, because they say the time goes by like this. And it's true. Time flies. And before you know it, the newborn stage is already over. But also, I think it installed this drive in me that did not exist. In the past, I was ambitious. I was motivated because I wanted to do the most I can for myself. But now, having a daughter, it added a whole new level to this. I'm driven more than ever to be as successful as I can so I can provide a better future for her. And I think one of the most important things that you can do is just take a break before you get burned out and just plan what your next steps are going to be. In life in general, maybe your career, maybe your goals, other goals, whatever you have, just plan the next steps before you go ahead in that direction. Now, don't get me wrong, it is important to be an executor. Someone who executes doesn't just get paralyzed, what's it called, paralysis by analysis. You don't want that. That's the other opposite extreme. But I think it was Abraham Lincoln who's made a quote about cutting down a tree and said something like, if he had 8 hours to cut down a tree, he would spend 7.5 hours sharpening his blade, and then the last half hour cutting the tree down. It was something like that. I'm paraphrasing. But to me, what that means is spend a lot more time planning so that executing is razor solid. It's simple. It's straight to the point. It works out exactly how you planned. So again, I was planning the last month how I want to progress in my YouTube videos, what I want to do. Do I want to continue making videos about Mullen Automotive, constantly getting hate comments and negative talk? And it's funny because obviously I personally think of myself as a pretty strong-minded individual. I don't let the hate comments bother me. But it's just funny to see how blind people get when they're emotionally invested in a stock. Now, keep in mind, you have an environment today where huge multi-billion-dollar tech companies like Meta, like Apple, like, I don't know, Disney, all these huge companies, Salesforce, they are laying off people by the thousands. People have the audacity to believe that a company like Mullen Automotive, despite all these huge tech companies that are laying off people by the thousands, a startup company like Mullen Automotive that doesn't even have its own proprietary technology, it has a few $1 million in its balance sheets, doesn't even have, it's basically an arbitrage company. They buy cars from China, sell them to other countries like Europe and America, whatever. And they're just buying out other companies. They have none of their own technology. People have the audacity to believe that a startup company like that can do very well in a recessionary environment. And I'm sorry, but I think the cards are stacked against you. I don't think it's going to be that easy. And I don't think the CEO, David Michery, is that ethical of a character. And I don't think he's that business savvy as maybe Elon Musk is. So I just have a hard time believing it. And when you express your opinions like this, people go crazy. And it's hilarious to me. Okay, so that's one reason why I didn't post a video for 30 days. The other reason is actually I had someone reach out to me on LinkedIn, and he gave me a very crazy story about David Michery, the CEO of Mullen Automotive. Now, you guys want to pay attention here because this stuff is insane. He reached out to me saying that he has done business directly with David Michery. And this is not some guy who's, seen him or worked with someone from Mullen. He worked directly with David Michery from Mullen Automotive. He's from California, and he basically said he sold some of his car dealerships to him. And how David Michery was a huge scam. Now, he wasn't allowed to talk about too much of it because the court case is still ongoing, believe it or not. But he said this guy basically ruined his life. Now, I was thinking about doing a call with him, a Zoom call. Maybe you guys would appreciate that. If you guys would, let me know in the comments below. Or maybe a video specifically on this case. But at this moment, I was just trying to figure out as much information about this as possible because it's actually kind of insane, the stuff he was telling me. He said that he had a few dealerships he sold to David Michery. David Michery gave him a generous offer in stocks, by the way, and said that, you know, this will be for you. I'll give you this much stock. And he believes that the main reason David Michery did this is just to increase the financials of Mullen Automotive, and so he could call in investors. He said literally the next day or two, he set up this whole press conference with all of these big investors just to get some money from Mullen Automotive. He said the guy is a salesman, basically. He's a charlatan. He said other things that, you know, David Michery wasn't too good on paying him on time, and actually he stopped paying him, and that's why there's this whole court case going on now, because now he's liable for a lot of car payments and David Michery is not making the payments, and he's the one who owns these dealerships. So I'll get into more of the details later, but this was a crazy story that was developing that I found out about. And if you guys want, I can do a whole video on this. Let me know in the comments below. But other than that, guys, it's great to be back. I miss making YouTube videos. I really did. I hope you guys enjoy my content too. Make